So this is my sound interface. It's the thing that I use to record all of my audio, well, except for videos like this, because I use a lavalier. But when I do any sort of voiceover or whatever, this is what I use. I put it through a preamp or whatever with a bunch of pre-processing, post-processing, I guess, I don't know. And then it comes into here. Maybe I'll do a tour of that eventually, whatever. Point is that yesterday I was talking to someone and they said, oh, is your mic muted? And then I looked over and this indicator was off. There was no power even though it was on. So I thought, oh, well, clearly something's gone wrong. I'm thinking either it's a fuse or this has failed because when I bought this, I only bought it for 40 Canadian dollars, which saves, I don't know, roughly $70 to $80 off of the original price of this. Maybe even more. I don't even know how much these go for anymore. Either way, saved quite a bit of money on this, but the thing was it didn't come with one of these. So I picked up one of these from Jerome Industries, Elizabeth, New Jersey, made in the USA, and it was never in the greatest shape. You can see the wire moving and whatnot, but yeah. So, but it seems like this has either failed or maybe there's a fuse in here that's failed. I doubt it's something really, really technical because the sound interface itself still works and there doesn't seem to be any damage to anything else. So it's just that it's not getting any power, so something's gone wrong there. So first thing I'm going to do is not get into this because this would be the most technical part. Let's go ahead and see if this power supply works. So always start with the most simplest thing first, right? I'm going to hold this with one of my arms here and we're just going to go ahead and test it. Let's zoom in. And then I'm going to put this here so you can see it. I'm going to set it to AC. Oh, if you don't know, this is the old model. So the old model runs off 10 volt AC, but the new model runs off just regular old 12 volt DC. So that's why this was a pain in the ass to get, because it's 10 volt AC. Yeah, here's the specs if you're interested. You can pause and read those if you're interested. I don't know why you would be. So either way, let's get this on camera. And we'll see what we get. See if you can see that. Yeah. So, let's plug this into the wall. So I'm going to plug this in and see what we get when I just read it. This is a weird jack, by the way. I had to modify the jack on the thing itself. Oh, a short, pretty much. 1 millivolt. It's just dropping and dropping. So not much there. Make sure I get this right. Let's make sure I got the probes plugged in properly, or the outlet is working. I'm going to just probe the outlet itself. There we are. Watch a giant cloud of smoke comes in. 110. Oh, wait. There we go. 124. So we know that the outlet works. So I guess now what we have to do is diagnose this thing itself. We might have to get a new one. Let's take apart this right here. Oftentimes stupid jacks like these go wrong quickly, so I'm just going to cut it off and then resolder it if I need to, because I get the feeling it might be this. Oftentimes jacks like that just tend to fail, but we'll see. Maybe it isn't that at all. So I'm out of frame here. I hope not. I really need to get a little screen that I can just put in the side so I can constantly see what's happening on camera without having to get up and look at it, because the screen's really small and hard to see. So I'm just going to strip these back and give them a measure or two. Hopefully that should be all right. Jeez, trying to get a shot right is like a pain in the ass. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. Not getting anything. Nothing at all. Weird, eh? So there's something going on in that transformer. I guess what I'll do is I'll take it apart, just for the fun of it. Take a look inside. We'll probably have to get another one. That thing was hard to find. I had to get it on Jamico or something. I don't even know how to pronounce it, which is not Canadian, so that's a pain to get over here. Let's go ahead and take apart this, shall we? Oops, sorry, this. So, how am I going to do this? I could use a Dremel tool, or I could use a hacksaw. Oh boy, I'll get back to you. Alright, so come back 5 minutes later. I opened it up with a hand saw and a little bit of dremeling. Either way, here's what we got. Doesn't look like any of the wires. I thought for sure this wire might have frayed and detached, but no, still looks like it's in good condition. These look like they're still in good condition even though they're wobbly, which is a little confusing to me. Oh god. Here's the measuring so you can see it. Alright, let's measure these two. I got it set to volts DC, AC, say. Oh. Touch, please. Oh, we had 10 there for a minute. Come on now. 4 volts. Oh. What's happening? 5 volts. 5 volts, so it's like half. But it's here on this end of the cable we're getting something. But on this end of the cable, let's hook up this end of the cable. I don't know if you can see it, I'm just probing this end. Here on this end of the cable, not getting, oh sorry, my hand's in the way. Not getting anything at all. Alright, so fast forward a couple of days and I went and bought a new transformer. 10 volt, 500 milliamp. Problem is, at the local tech shop that I had, or local random parts shop that I had, they didn't have this in a wall outlet, which would have been way nicer, but this turns this into a slightly more interesting video. Yeah, they only had a transformer that they looked like they ripped out of something random and just decided to sell it. Whatever, either way, this is the line end, this is the load end, so we're just going to set our thing to AC again, and I'm going to test it, make sure it works, otherwise we're going to be in a bit of trouble there. Load end, right? Yeah. Just checking. Like that. Like that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and plug this in, put this end here. This end here. And I'll just plug it into the wall. 12 volts. So, perfectly working. Alright, so with that out of the way, now we have to think about, so yeah, that's clearly working compared to the other one. Now we need to think about how are we going to make this look good. Because I can't just have an exposed transformer sitting on my floor, anything could go wrong. I need to come up with a way to store it. After much, well, fiddling around and trying to get wires sorted and soldering everything together, I finally got it in a state that'll actually be able to work with the interface. So here we have the original plug. Yes, I know it's just a mono plug. I'm going to probably replace it with a proper barrel because this is, I don't like this. Even though this is what came with it, I'm probably going to still replace it with a barrel eventually. Either way, let's go ahead and plug it in, what I've finally come up with. And we'll measure it. Can you see? Yeah, you can see right here. 12-ish. So a little over, but it should be fine. What are we looking for here? I'm going to unplug this, and I'm going to show you what I came up with. It is a cookie tin of death. So if you needed cookies, it's not really cookies, it's death. No, basically I just needed to find a metal container that I would be able to put the transformer in, and I could not find anything that was, well, relatively cheap, because Project Box apparently costs a lot of money. So, well, a lot more than I'm willing to pay. So I just took a cookie tin, which is just as good, and put the transformer in here. As you can see, we'll try to zoom in on it here. And I had to get a giant bolt, which was like $5 just for that bolt, just to put it onto this piece of metal, which would bolt into here. Then we have our live and neutral coming in. Funny story, I almost soldered the live to the case, because it's in Canada, the live is black, and I was using a black wire, so wouldn't that have been fun, having a live box? Anyways, So I soldered in live and neutral there, coming out 10 volt here, simple stuff. And then I've also grounded the case, should anything go wrong. The case is nice and grounded. That's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and test it and see if it works. I know it looks a little silly, doesn't it? But whatever. So as you can see, there's my cookie tin of death all hooked up. It gets a little bit warm. I took the lid off, felt the transformer, without electrocuting myself, of course. And it does get pretty hot, the transformer itself, but it is doing a pretty good job of dissipating the heat. I'm going to leave it here in this, well, random spot to make sure that nothing blows up. As you can see, I just got it plugged back in there. But I'll put it in a more permanent spot once I know that nothing's going to go wrong, so on and so forth. But yeah, as you can see up here, we got indicating lights. We got phantom power there. We got our power at the back. And, sorry, our microphone over here, when I talk into it, when I talk into this microphone, as you'll hear and see, it lights up. So it's definitely working. It's recording and giving up phantom power, all that good stuff. Anyways, you probably didn't find this useful, but maybe you found it interesting. I'll see you next time.